What's going on, my good people? Mike Hidalgo here. Thank you for joining us on another FCP Euro DIY. Today we're going to be working on a 2002 BMW E46 M3. Today on the M3 behind me, we're going to be servicing the manual transmission fluid. We're going to be showing you how to replace the gearbox fluid as well as the drain and fill plugs. We're going to be using our Redline ATF and our new genuine plugs. Both of these units are available on fcpeuro.com. We recommend you do this every 30 to 60,000 miles, depending on how you drive the vehicle. The vehicle behind us has 288,000 miles, so it is definitely due for a service. Now you may be wondering, why are we putting ATF in the gearbox? Over time, BMW went ahead and changed from traditional gear oil to ATF. It's a little bit easier in the transmissions, especially in colder temperatures, and a little bit gentler on the synchros as well. But with that being said, let's take a look at some of the tools we're going to need for this DIY. For this job, we're going to need a 3/8 drive ratchet, a 3/8 drive torque wrench. We have a 17mm socket, as well as a fluid transfer pump. And then not pictured here, but needed, is going to be a catch pan for the fluid. We're going to be working on the lift today. However, if you're doing this job at home, I recommend you have a couple jack stands so you can raise up the car evenly on all four corners and have a nice level vehicle so you get a proper fill. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started on this DIY. All right, my good people, under the M3, we are looking at our drain plug and our fill plug. They're going to take a 17mm socket to get them off. Now, good rule of thumb is it always helps if the fluid is a little bit warmed up before you drain, just so that it can come out a little bit easier as it gets a little bit thinner with heat. In addition to that, you always want to break free your fill plug before removing the drain plug, just to make sure you're going to be actually able to fill the casing once more. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to grab our 3/8 drive ratchet and our 17mm socket. We're going to go ahead and break our fill plug free. All right, now that we know that it's going to come out, I'm just going to go ahead and remove it all the way. This will help with the draining as well. Now we're going to do the same thing with our drain plug. Jeez Louise. These do have a torque spec, which we'll cover during the install, but this was definitely not to spec. All right, we're going to let that drain for a few minutes. Once it's all said and done, we'll come back and pick this back up. All right, at this point, our what is already Redline ATF is pretty much done dripping. We're going to go ahead and install our new drain plug. Just going to wipe the surface down a bit. These actually, even though these are a tapered fit, as you can see, they don't use a crush washer or sealing ring. They do have a torque spec to them, which we're going to go ahead and hit it with the torque wrench just to be safe. As you can see, the old ones were pretty tough to get out. So there is going to be a torque spec of 52 Newton meters. So let's go ahead and do that. Beautiful. And now with that situated, we're going to grab our Redline fluid and our fluid transfer pump and start filling. The idea here is at the vehicle's level, we're going to fill until it starts to dribble out of the fill hole. Once it comes down to a slow dribble, then we'll go ahead and install our new fill plug. We're going to grab our fluid transfer pump that we're going to be using today and situate it into the fill hole. With that ready to go, we'll then grab our Redline D4 ATF and just get our tools situated and start pumping. As you can see, my good people, it is just starting to dribble out of the fill hole. That is exactly what we wanted. It used up almost all of the 2 liters of Redline that we had here. So now we're going to go ahead and install our new fill plug. And just like we did with the drain, we're going to go ahead and torque it down to 52 Newton meters. Boom, baby. Wipe up our area. And there we have it, some fresh fluid in our gearbox. Overall, a pretty straightforward job. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments on what we did today, leave them in the comment box below. And if you like this DIY and you want to see more like them, please consider subscribing. We make new ones all the time. As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.